time for Live Now with Dr. Carmen Harra. The show offers profound wisdom, practical advice, daily exercises, and empowering predictions. And now, here's Dr. Carmen Harra.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Live Now on KMET Radio. I'm so excited to be with you guys today, every Friday, same time, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern Time. And every week I'm choosing a different topic, a topic that I want to resonate with you, a topic that is useful to shift perception in your brain, to make you think about it. And I do believe that one of the things I want you to work on and meditate on and think about it is your job, your career, your calling. I mean, many of us, we just do a job because we want to pay a bill. We sometimes settle for any kind of a job because we need to be paid. We need to survive in this world. And then you ask yourself all the time, what is my true calling? I'm good at a lot of things, but I don't really know what I'm really supposed to do. My response is that, my response comes from a quote coming from a pastor who said, if you can't figure it out your purpose, figure it out your passion. For your passion will lead you right into your purpose. So understanding the full scope of your purpose requires for you to follow your passion, because we all good at something. We all have a passion for something. Like we used to say, we were each put on earth to do something specific, something very special. Like what was the reason of being born on earth? There must be a specific reason, and that's why we have a specific talent. Many of us have many talents. The true ideal job is that you want to fulfill is the job of your life, is the purpose of your life. Now, it's not so easy sometimes to find your calling. And I'm just quoting again somebody who I've been very inspired. Is an American author called Sean Covey. And he said, life is a mission. Life is not a career. A person who only looks at life from the career standpoint will say, okay, what's in for me? Okay, what do I get out of it? And a missionary, somebody who's on a mission, will ask, how can I make a difference? What's in for me if I just do this? But a missionary will say, what's in for me? How can I make a difference if I do this? Not necessary. What do I gain out of it? So for that reason, I want you to think big, to dream big. Even if you start small. Many of us, we start small in life. We start a business very small because we don't have money to invest too big. If you think even the big businesses, if you think of Amazon, if you think of Facebook, they took 5 years, to finally become the Facebook that we know nowadays, and even nowadays Facebook struggle. But I'm just giving you examples how some people who found their mission in building a certain brand, they started small. The most important, the problem is not to stay in a limited mentality, to grow with the business, so that mentality can change, and not to stay at the level of only narrowing your possibilities, but expand your possibilities. Don't feel like all the time you're in the wrong place. A lot of you feel like, I'm stuck in this place for years and years. I want to get out. So if this resonates with you, feel free to call me, because the number to call is 951-922-3532, 951-922-3532. And Michelle is my first caller. Hold on the line. I'll be with you in 1 second. But just to make my point, because I'm always so enthusiastic about this topic. As I said, we all good at something, and together we are good at everything. In order to fulfill your purpose in life, you have to build a good relationship with you. So when you know you know what you're good at, you know your needs, your desires, your interest in something, your strength, your weaknesses, your personality traits. So a lot of us, we don't actually really know ourselves pretty well. So it's significant to develop that connection with yourself, to know yourself in order to know what you want to achieve and what will make you actually happy. As I said, the ideal job should be fulfilling your life purpose. And that's something that I want my show to help you identify. Once you get the momentum in life and you get the momentum going, you exercise your skills. In life, you constantly have to grow, to exercise. You never stop. You can become every single day better than you are. You can be a better artist, a better healer, a better lawyer, a better singer, a better cook. So you practice those things constantly, because the secret of life, as I said, is living according to your vocation. And before I go to Michelle, I just want to tell you that whatever questions you have, call in. And always use, from the moment you wake up in the morning, use some words, your own words, what we call profound affirmation, to program the mind in the correct way. And say things like, I am purposeful. I'm here to impact this world in a profound way. I am extremely successful. My career is expanding and is thriving. So you saying those words, you project things beyond your own limitation. My business is booming like an infinite garden, is blooming like an infinite garden. I'm a magnet for abundance in every areas of my life. Say those things. Put them on the wall so your mind concentrates on them, because reality reflects what the mind projects. The mind projects certain things. Whatever the mind is projecting in the universe, that's what you bring into your life, because that's what you manifest into your life. Say things like, I'm talented, I've been gifted, I have infinite skills. I'm attracting a steady stream of clients that compensate, when you're working with people, compensate for my time and my services. So always saying things like this is relevant. So let me talk to Michelle right now. This was just the introduction to, I think, a great idea that I want you to take into consideration. I want your take on the concept, and let me know if you feel you are, you found your life calling, you are on your mission, or you're still finding yourself. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you, my dear Michelle?
Oh, I'm okay. I just wanted your insight. I'm really stuck in my current position. I'm not happy there because I feel like I'm not doing my full potential, and a lot of people had left, and now I'm doing a much lower position in the company, and I'm highly educated and highly skilled, and I can't seem to get out of that position. So I'm looking for new positions, and I feel stuck. I don't know what to do. I was just wondering if you could.
Do you feel are you looking to reposition in the company, or are you looking to find a different position, a better position in a different company? That resonates more with me than relocating yourself in the same company. I have a feeling that you got to the point of feeling stuck in that particular company. It's not you, it's not necessarily the environment, it's the level where the company is right now, not allowing you to grow, not allowing you to use your potential, not allowing you to expand the way you want. And I don't know if you agree with me, but that's what I sense talking to you.
No, that's actually pretty much it, because I thought I was going to move up and do different stuff, and I've just been inundated with all kinds of stuff because people are leaving like crazy there, and it's just, I don't know, I don't want to sound bad, but it's really beneath me, and I feel like such a loser there, and it's horrible because I know I'm not a loser, but
no,
it's just, I'm starting to get depressed.
That makes you feel a loser is not an environment or an energy that you belong to. Because you see, you kind of contradict yourself. I'm listening to you. On one hand, you said, I'm skilled. I have all these abilities. I have the potential. I'm way more qualified for this position. And yet I feel I'm suffocating yourself here and other people are leaving and something here doesn't feel right. And me staying here makes me feel like a loser. So you indirectly draw your own conclusion to the fact that I'm better, getting out and finding something else. Indirectly, that's what you're trying to say.
Yeah, I've been applying for things, but just nothing's come up, and the salary is a lot less than what I'm used to making. And, I'm older, and it's hard. It's kind of scary. You get comfortable even though you're not happy.
Don't let the age intimidate you. You are more qualified now than you were like years ago, in my opinion, because you gain a lot of experience. I also think that the job that you want, that is not a job, is more like putting you on exactly what I'm talking on the show, on your calling. You don't have to see it as a job that pays you what you need so that you make extra money after paying the bills and you can put money on the side. You have to see that what you're doing is making you feel fulfilled, like you feel accomplished. Then you're growing. Then you can expand. Then you thrive. Then your mind is brilliant because you feel I operate, from a place of confidence because that's something that I'm meant to do and meant to be. And you understand what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Change a little bit the mentality. There is a thing called job mentality, marriage mentality, love mentality. Everything is a matter of mentality. So your mentality about how you should perform should be that you're exercising your vocation, that this is what you're brilliant at. And then for that particular reason, you will not settle for less. You will not just be there and not exercise your full potential. Am I clear?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Cut out.
Yeah, I said that you're there to kind of, exercise to your best capacities, everything that you know so well to do. Actually, Michelle, I see you becoming a president of a company. I think the potential that is in you right now is enormous. It's enormous. And I really believe that you're going to go very far. My sense is like, if I can anticipate time, probably within a year and 8 months. If you'll call me back on the show and any of my radio shows, and if you call back, you'll be able to validate that, yes, we've been talking in the past of you going up in your career and getting to a position that you probably at this time you're not really thinking of, but you can go as far as becoming the head of a company,
Really? I never even thought about that.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can get that far.
I think it's the right company. Yeah, this company is sinking fast. I feel intuitively, I feel like it's sinking.
Not going to make it for long. The feeling I have that there's something wrong with this company. I do believe that they might be bought by somebody else or might not even survive. So I think a lot of people already are guessing something is not right with this company. It's not moving in the right direction. There are companies that fail. It can happen. But you don't want to be part of the failure. So that's why when you said, I feel terrible, I feel bad, I feel I'm not myself, I feel I don't belong, I totally can understand.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons.
So you think I'm going to find, so you think with me looking that I'm going to find something if I keep on looking something soon?
But my advice is don't just quit right now just because you feel you can't take it anymore. Be smart. Put your energy out there. Find that. I feel by May, June, you'll find that other place. And the moment you find that other place, then you can quit because you know there's something else. So you change one thing for a way better one. It's like, don't leave yourself without anything. Do you agree?
Okay. Yeah, you've given me hope. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You're always so positive, and I really, really enjoy listening to your shows when I have an opportunity to do so.
Anytime, I'm here. I'm here for you, Michelle. And I'm so excited to be able to boost your energy to make you see it. Because when you feel trapped and anytime you feel stuck in life, you don't see it anymore. You start turning around and your mind becomes clouded. The mind doesn't attract, doesn't perceive, doesn't see it. And we don't see it, it's not happening. It's happening when you see it. We used to say, I believe it when I see it. We can say, I see it and I believe it. So in other words, shift a little bit the belief system into saying, well, I am ready. I'm a believer that if I put that energy, that will come to me. So start manifesting, start envisioning where you want to work and attract that into your life.
Okay. Why is it so easy to be negative and not so easy to be positive? It's so weird. I'm trying to be positive, but the negative comes in.
It's a fabulous question. I love this question. Because we had such an insecurity, inherited at the cellular level. There's so much within us, from the beginning of our youth, that we're not loved enough. There's a lot of us suffer a lot of trauma, and we don't feel that lack of confidence. We're not empowered enough, through the course of life. So we always look into the darker side instead of the brighter side of things. So majority of people, and majority of people tend to be not only negative, tend to be bad with each other, vengeful, hateful. So the bad feelings instead of feelings of loving, caring, compassion. You see? So the darker side, the so-called reptilian brain that we have, that is always making us feel like we're more dark than bright. But that needs to be changed. If we want to change the world, this needs to be changed within ourselves. Because otherwise, look at the world we are living in.
No, you're right. That's so true.
Yeah. So we need to shift consciousness in the global collective mind of the planet. There's something there that hasn't been changed in thousands of years. So the tendency of mass shooting, the tendency of going to war, the tendency of hating our neighbor, the tendency of being jealous, those dark emotions are overwhelming versus few emotions that are positive, So instead of promoting the good emotion, if we only knew how much bad this dark emotion do to our well-being, we will stay away from them. Because all diseases and all this disconnect come from the bad thinking, from the bad action.
Wow, that's very true. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Okay, my lovely Michelle. So call anytime. I'm here for you. But I promise you that by May, end of May, June 4th comes in my mind, June 12th. I have like specific days in my head for you.
Oh, wow.
It's like tuning into your future. I'm tuning into something. I'm like intentionally projecting this to wake you up, to make you see it, to make you projecting it. It's like I'm doing a psychological effect on your mind, trying to make you see it and make you empower you, because I know that all of this is going to come to life and it's going to make you feel very happy.
Oh, I already am. Thank you. I'm so glad I called it. You're so positive. I just adore you. Thank you so much for always being so... I
adore you too, Michelle. I'm so grateful that you called me. So grateful.
Me too. I'm not at work today. I'm glad.
Your next call with good news, Michelle.
Okay. Well, thank you, Carmen.
I love you, my dear. Thank you for calling. And from everybody, the number to call in is 951-922-3532. So I'm Carmen Harra on my show on KMET Radio. And I'll take a short break and I'll be back with you in a minute. And I'm back with my show, Leave Now, on KMET Radio. 1490 AM, and the number to call in is 951-922-3532 with my wonderful producer, and we are taking calls, so you guys feel free to call in. If this topic about your calling resonates, if you have issues with your job, if you feel like you're stuck in your career and you don't know where you're going, then this is the show to call in. So before I take Julia's call, who's my next caller, I want to tell you that my book, Committed, Finding Love and Loyalty Through the 7 Archetype, is still available at Barnes & Nobles, every bookstore, of course at Amazon. You can buy it on Kindle, you can buy it on paperback, in hardcover. You can find it in every format. And I'm planning to discuss with you an interesting book that just came out, Tony Robbins, a new book called Life Force. I just got the book and I read it and I went through this book and I have a lot to comment. It's actually a book that, but a lot of people did a lot of research. A lot of doctors did a lot of research on this book. And I want to emphasize some interesting aspects of this book. And also I want to mention what they missed, because talking about the future of medicine and talking about longevity and how to be in a good health, they point towards a lot of extraordinary things. The power of stem cells, the power of, different natural stuff that you can take, the way, we're going to go in the future by doing these therapies, especially the stem cell therapy that will regenerate the body and organs, and this is a future medicine, how to take different peptides that work, to create protein in the body, which is good for what. So a lot of extraordinary information. How to repair the damaged cell, how to repair mitochondria, and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of great material, from how to exercise, how much the importance of sleep, and so on and so forth. But there are a lot of stuff that I felt that they should have emphasized in this book. But again, I'm not criticizing. Is already a huge bestseller at Amazon, but anything that Tony Robbins did is always a huge bestseller. He has an enormous number of followers, and he's such an inspiration to all of us for so many years. But I will give you what I would have added to this book, I think in the next shows that I'm doing on the radio, because it's they consider this book to be a breaking through in the field of medicine, how to transform the quality of life. And I found it very fascinating. I always wanted to do a book on the field of medicine and put all my knowledge together, probably joining forces with other doctors, because everything that has to do with being healthy and prolonging life is my goal in life right now. And I know that's where we're going. So this type of books are what we need right now. So I congratulate Tony Robbins for this book, and all the doctors that work with him, Dr. Robert Harari and Dr. Peter Diamandis, and so many others that participated, and all this amazing work, research in the medical field that has been done. But coming back to my topic, that life is a mission. We're on a mission on life. I want to talk to Julia, and I want to ask her what she thinks about being on a mission. Hi, Julia.
Hi, Carmen. Nice to hear you again.
Hi, my beautiful.
Hi. So I think that very few people truly can find their mission in life, especially because nobody is teaching us how to do that, and sometimes we are just afraid.
Sure.
And yeah, because we don't know a map or direction, we are walking like the blind. We don't know where to go, how to create that path. And this is why I think it's important to find inspiration.
It starts with your inner work. It starts with developing. The problem with us, we don't go enough inward. We don't communicate with ourselves. We don't have conversation with ourselves, because there's something within us that tell us where to go, what to do, what is making us feel fulfilled. What are we born here to do? Because everybody's on a mission on earth. Trust me, everybody is. And because we get lost, we go in the wrong direction. And that explains why a lot of people nowadays become addicts, because they become addicted to drugs, because they're miserable, they're unhappy, they don't find their path. Or they got stuck. They got stuck into a career where they don't find themselves, or they're miserable. Or they're afraid to open their own businesses. They're afraid to create a big version of themselves. And people who are not afraid, who have the courage to envision themselves on the top of the pyramid, those are the people who achieve extraordinary things. And then you look from 1 million people, very few can say, well, I did it, I found myself. And majority are lost. That's why we live in a society where Prozac and all these drugs, lorazepam, diazepam, the Zen medication is so in demand right now, because everybody has anxiety and everybody is miserable and unhappy because they don't find that. If you find your joy in what you do, you thrive, you get younger, you feel better, you justify your life on earth. So it's all about being on a mission and finding that mission. And even if that mission is only helping the people around you, or helping the animals in the street, or you know what I mean, or opening a charity thing, that's a mission. You're on a mission.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
So I just don't know what to do to expand this idea and how to make it more appealing to people, to convince them to let go of dependency of all kinds of forms of addiction, because they're unhappy, because they're miserable, because they develop anxiety, because they don't find themselves. So find yourself, find your path, and you will be so excited and so bright and light and brilliant in everything you're going to do, and so fulfilled. So what is your question today, my love?
I called because, last week you encouraged me to take that trip alone, and I went to see that piece of land.
Right.
And, everything went well. I drive slowly. I paid attention. Nothing happened.
Good,
but,
good. Good for you.
Yeah, and that empowered me a lot, because I saw that I'm capable of more than I thought that I am.
You see?
Yes.
But I didn't prove it. You validated something. And when you validate, exactly like you're afraid to fly. But the day you fly, the fear goes away. You're afraid to drive. You think you're going to run into an accident. But the day you drive and you did it well, whenever you're going to do it in the future, you're not going to have a problem. So it's like a mental flip-flop. Something in your brain creates a switch. There's a switch in the brain, So it's very significant to make that switch, so you don't stay in that state of, I cannot do it, I'm afraid.
Yes.
So you did it. So I'm proud of you. I congratulate you.
Thank you. But, I saw the property, but I didn't felt like it was meant for me to be there,
Was the property something you could have afford?
Yeah, it was.
Okay. Well, the energy of the place, you resonated with you. Did you like it? You didn't? How you felt about it? You have to have that aha moment,
Yeah, I didn't have it. And then I went in another locality to search, and I saw 2 other properties. I like them, but there's such a big shadow over there in the morning, so I don't want a place. I stood all my life in shadow. I don't want to be in the light, in the shadow, I need a sunny, bright place.
Absolutely not. Definitely not.
Yeah, so I'll keep looking,
Right. So keep on looking, but I'm very confident that very soon that property that is yours, that's the name, your name on it, It has to have your name on it. That property that has your name on it, you'll find it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm very confident that's going to happen.
And because next year I'm stepping into a personal year 8, do you think that this is a great year to, to make more money? But, money are not
Well,
are
the
bringing you
personal year
fulfillment.
8 are always what we call by Pythagoras called the karmic year. And karmic years are very rarely happening in a lifetime, but when they happen, they symbolize recognition, financial power, achievement, meeting people out of the blue, coming from previous experiences.
Yes.
You are the universe is testing you through the karmic lessons that you need to resolve. So all of a sudden you got hit with a karmic lesson in a very powerful way that might have to do with a family member, with somebody totally unknown that might come into your life. So karmic year 8 is also a year to invest. It's a year to generate way more money than you generated in the last 10. So pay attention to that. It might be even a year to build a business. Definitely buy a property, definitely. But my advice is the sooner you buy something, the better, because the prices of properties
Yes, I know
in
it.
your area might continue to go suddenly up. You know, there's
yes, I know it.
there's an issue going on in the world, and everybody's waiting for that crash, like, oh, it's going to crash.
Yes.
If you look at 1929, it was a crash. Now we're 1922. But we have this 7 years to the 100 years, you know, turning back to the synchronicity of the universe 100 years later. Reality is that nothing is crashing anytime soon. So the sooner you buy, the better.
And one last question, Carmen. First thing is, I shall sell this flat, or I shall keep looking and then sell it, because I'm confused.
No, first you find it and then you sell.
Yes.
Don't sell without having a very clear idea where you're going to go.
Yes, correct.
So that's my number one piece of advice. Don't make like, because many of us, we go and sell because you find a good buyer, and then 2 months later you regret it because you don't have anything else, and money nowadays don't have no value from a day into the next. There's this inflation happening so bad, so severe, all over the globe. All over the globe, the inflation is pretty scary. So with this inflation, you don't want to be stuck with the money in the bank, because a month later your money is not valued the same amount. You know what I mean?
Correct.
So when you find the place, then that moment you sell and you make that switch, you know.
I got it. Yes.
All I anticipate is going to be a very good buy, that you'll be very happy with finding the new place, and it's something that is way more comfortable. I mean, in the flat you feel like stuck. Do you agree with me?
I do a lot.
So you have to move in a space where you feel freer. Eventually with land around, that's where you're going to feel better.
Yes. Thank you so much, Carmen.
Okay, my Julia. Thank you so much for calling me, my dear. Anytime.
Thank you. All the best.
Okay. I love you, Julia. And for everybody listening, I'm Carmen Harra. Number to call in, 951-922-3532. I'm on KMET, 1490 AM, ABC Radio. So feel free to call in anytime if you have any questions, no matter the nature of your question. I'm here to answer you. I'll take a short break and I'll be with you in a moment. Thank you for listening.
What is commitment, and why is it so hard to achieve? The new book, Committed, by Dr. Carmen Harra and Alexandra Harra, will make you reevaluate the way you think about love. Committed is a relationship manual that unfolds in 2 parts: the work you need to perform on the inside and the 7 distinct archetypes you'll encounter on the outside. Committed, a new book available on Amazon by Dr. Carmen Harra and Alexandra Harra, will help to find and keep the love you deserve. Committed, available now on Amazon.
Carmen Harra, back on KMET Radio, 1490 AM, ABC radio station. So excited to be with you and talking about your calling. your purpose, your mission in life. I always encourage you to find yourself, to have a relationship with yourself, and find what you love to do, what you're passionate about. Because before you find a vocation, find your passion. And when you do, don't hesitate to build something. A lot of people are afraid to build their own businesses. I always advise you go ahead and try to build a business and start small. But the working for yourself is extremely significant. And be determined to work for yourself. In order to make a new business, you need a business plan. You need to believe that the project will be successful. You need to live for it. A lot of people would love to do that. They don't have the courage to do it. They don't see it. They doubt. Fear, doubt will actually block you. You actually blocking yourself through your own negative feeling. Also, it's very significant when you start a business to take smaller steps. You don't have to start big. And to take a leap of faith. We all have that one thing that we know that we hesitate to do. We are afraid of falling. We are afraid of failing. We are afraid of something not working our way, of a dead-end job. We are afraid sometimes we want to write a book, but we're afraid to write a book. So when you engage in a commitment towards something, building your name, your reputation, a business, take away the excuses and take that leap of faith. That we always need in life, and you need to project that belief that you are guided, that there is a divine order in your life, that you will succeed. That's very significant, very, very powerful. And you have to be very authentic and very unique. Many people feel they cannot do it. They're not going to be, whatever they do is not going to be accepted by the society. Everybody lives the fear to be accepted by the society. So when you live under this pressure of being accepted, nothing works right. So you don't have to paint a new portrait of yourself to be recognized or admired. You don't have to do. You don't rely on your genuine self. That's my opinion. Rely on, as I said, on your faith, on your belief on you. You don't need anybody else to validate what you try to do. You are your greatest source of power. And always evaluate the chances that you are taking. Understand the timing of it. Understand if you are able to involve yourself completely. Take always one step at a time. Study all the opportunities for that particular endeavor. So, and don't do it always alone. It's not good to do alone. Try to find people to support you. No one has ever built an empire on their own, Don't be afraid to reach out to like-minded individuals who can see things the way you do. And you can join forces with other people. Always find the right partner. Don't be afraid of partnership. And keep your options open. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, that phrase since the dawn of time. And don't rely on only one source of income. Try to find different resources. So in case, you have a plan B, something doesn't happen the right way, celebrate also your success is very significant psychologically. And build a foundation. When you start a business, you build a foundation like a house. You build that financial freedom from the ground up, like having your priorities in clear order. That's very, very, very significant. It's also significant to break the cycle, because if you stuck in a certain pattern, in a certain cycle, you can move to the next. So evaluate always the timing and evaluate something doesn't go right and start from there. And always when we're talking about businesses, I don't even need to tell you this because you know very well, you need to master the money energy. Because money is a form of energy and it's in sync with your emotion, believe it or not. The way you feel determines how you feel, but the way you feel also has a lot to do with the money that you can bring into your life. If you constantly say, I don't have money, then you're not going to have money. Money loves people who believe in money. Money comes to people who have money. It's such an interesting thing because it's a form of energy that attracts the same form of energy. It's like multiplies. So repeat always things like, I will have everything. I will have, and say, I will have 1,000,000. Don't be afraid of numbers. For God, zero is just a number. Because I tell you, fear is the almighty enemy of opportunity. Fear is the enemy of opportunity. And where are things that have something to do with attracting money? There are different symbols that you can wear, everything that has to do with green, everything that has to do in numerology with number 8, it's significant. So put your mind to work, write yourself a check for $10 million like Jim Carrey. And he was nobody when he wrote himself that check. And like a year later, he got his first deal for $10 million. So, and he talks about this, I think, in one of his movies. He talked a lot about the fact that believing in himself and writing himself that check made him get that amount of money. And also reinvent always your source of income, because we are creatures of constant change and constant betterment. So always, take advantage of your natural talents that always change and improve and get better. So use those to your advantage and give to receive. You must remember that if you give, you'll always receive. The more you give, the more you receive. Believe it or not, it's just a universal law. And don't be intimidated by the bad economy. In my opinion, there's no such thing as a bad economy. Economy is not a tangible object. It doesn't really exist in the physical world. It's a concept. It's a man-made. Everything that's man-made creates suffering to humanity. So it's something that we should always remember. Don't go by man-made definition, man-made laws. Let's go by the universal laws. And the law of the universe says that we all here should live in abundance. We're all supposed to have. And why don't we have? Because we're afraid of being wealthy. We're afraid of being rich. We're afraid of being healthy. We are afraid. We're like programmed to die. We're programmed to be sick. We're programmed at a certain age, we're supposed to get sick because we're already old, and we're supposed to deteriorate. And that needs to be changed. Those programs we can change. There's a time in our evolution when we're going to change a lot of the programs. But I can talk about this for hours. But I'm coming closer to the end of the show. I still have another caller. Hi, Kim, my love. How are you, my dear?
Good. How are you, Carmen?
Excited.
How are you?
Excited to talk about a topic that I always love to talk. How are you, my dear Kim?
I'm good. I just wanted to touch base with you. It's funny that you're always talking about this because, I'm trying to start my loan signing business. I'm in the process, so, it's very slow, and I'm only working part-time. So I just wanted to call and touch base with you on two quick things. Where do you see me? Like right now, I'm only working part-time, and I'm trying to desperately find work in between me promoting my notary business.
So you building a business right now?
I'm sorry?
You are building a business right now?
Yes, I became a notary and a line Sony.
Oh, that's great. I congratulate you. That's wonderful. So that becomes your personal business. I think I lost you, Kim. So listen. So I congratulate you on that achievement, because I think that's great, Kim. That you got. I've been talking to Kim on numerous occasions on my other show that I have, on this show before. And I know that she's been very interested to get this, become a notary, and she did it. And I'm proud of her. And Kim, if you can listen to the rest of the show, I think you're moving forward with this. I think you should probably keep one or two other jobs, because the beauty of being here in America, we can have as many jobs as we want. There's no limitation as long as you can work, and you will do very well. You're okay, Kim. So you're listening to me. I was talking. I know I lost you. So your question was if you should get another job.
I just want to know, right now I'm working part-time, and I've been working my butt off to try to find a full-time job or another part-time job to make a full-time job. Where do you see me right now with my job situation?
Your job situation, I see very very steady. I don't get something so extraordinary. I'm not getting super excited, but I think it's steady. I think you make money out of it. Does it make sense?
No, I'm working part-time, and I might be buying a house tomorrow. And how do I buy a house with part-time work?
Well, you're building a business right now. No, you're building your own business on one hand. You have a part-time job, but I think you're going to get, because that's what I was telling you while I lost you, that it might be another job that you're going to get. It doesn't have to be only a part-time that you're doing. You can do another part-time. You can do other things in the same time, and you can accumulate income.
No, and that's all I've been doing. And honestly, it's all inconsistent. If someone picks up and moves, I'm a personal assistant. Someone doesn't need me anymore. I need consistency. So there's a nanny position out there that's full-time. Do you see me getting that? There's maybe a job in a bank that could be an option. What do you see out there? Do you see a new full-time job coming where I'm financially secure?
I can see you financially secure, absolutely. But I also can see that, on the other hand, you build your own business. So I see you doing different things. So my suggestion is doing different opportunities that could generate extra income. For that reason, I am absolutely confident that you will have enough money to be able to buy the house that you need to buy, that is supposed to be yours, and that I highly recommend for you to invest in that property. And not to be afraid. Exactly what I was talking. Your fear is your limitation. Don't be afraid of getting that job that you're not going to have the money. You will have the money to keep that job, to keep that house and be happy in it.
So that's my question. If I'm working part-time and my mortgage is going to go up from $700, how is that going to be possible if I'm just straggling along here? I have, 24 consistent hours. I need 50 hours. I'm a divorced mother of 3 kids and dogs. It's hard not to have a little fear, and I'm trying to just concentrate on the outcome, and it's not going to stop me from buying it. But on the same token, where do you see this job opportunity? Do you see anything significant coming in with this nanny position?
No, I think it's going to be a different type of job. I don't think the nanny position can give you enough money for you to be happy with the outcome. I think it's something else. So look for something else that you can do. I feel as a different job offer that you're about to receive. But are you trying to get something, or you just, because I can sense your frustration. You are frustrated about this, and how not to be, because you have responsibilities. You want to buy a job, you have 2 kids, you have all this on your shoulder. And I understand that. But are you looking for a permanent job?
Absolutely. Every day for the past 6 months.
Okay, so then you will get that. You will get that. You will get a very good job. Don't rely only on being a nanny, because that doesn't pay good enough, and that's not a stable job. You will get a stable job.
Honestly, it's $1,000 cash a week, and it's better than what I have now.
I understand, but that's just something temporary. That today is, tomorrow might not be that much. So what I'm trying to say is that aside from that, you will also have another offer, something that is temporary that might give you way even more than you make as a nanny. And if you're making a nanny and you can do it aside, you can do multiple things just to generate income, and you will be very happy with the money that you make.
I know, but that's all I've been doing for the past 6 months, and it's all inconsistent. Next thing I know, 2 people are gone because that's just what happens with personal assistants and stuff like that. And it's not okay. And my kids look at me like, you're only working part-time again? Like, how are you going to buy this house? So that's why I'm so what kind of position do you see me being offered and possibly when?
I don't know exactly the details, and I'm at the end of the show, so in 3 seconds I have to end this show. But I do think that by the month of May, you will offer, if you apply it from one of the places where you apply, you will get the job. I'm telling you. I have to let you go, Kim, because I have to end the show. So for everybody listening, I'm Carmen Harra on KMET Radio. Thank you for listening, and I'll be with you next Friday, same time. 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, with my show Live Now on KMET. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you find your mission in life and your calling.
You have been listening to Live Now with Dr. Carmen Harra, heard every Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific Time. And don't forget to check out the show's programmer podcast on the KMET Radio website.